So to get my pickled veg started, I do not like the tips of the cucumbers. So I'm going to go through and cut these off. And then I'm going to get my cucumbers sliced. The cucumbers I got are salad cucumbers. I get them from Walmart. You know I get everything from Walmart. But anyway, I've already washed them off. So now I'm just going to go through and get them sliced. I don't really need them to be a particular size, but I'm going to go through and slice them. And I think what I am going to do though is after I get them sliced, I think I'm going to cut them in half just so that they're not so big, you know, so like that, not quartered. So I don't need them like relish size. And then as I do them, I'm going to put them in this jar. So slice them and then half them. So they're like little half moons. And I'll be back. I'm just going to do these first. I really wasn't sure how much to buy. So I bought 2 packages. I might end up having to, I don't know, do something else with it. I definitely can't give it to my mama. She hates cucumbers, which I think is hilarious. But anyway, you know, I probably could cut these in half and then slice them, but anyway, that make too much sense. So yeah, I'll see you all when I'm all done slicing these up. Okay, so far we have 1 package of those pickled, or those salad cucumbers. Now I've got an onion here. Normally when I do an onion, I do it in my chopper, but since I want big chunks of onion, and so I'm going to make big slices. So I'm going to go on and get this. I'm going to get the outer shell picked off here just a second. Got my fan on high, hoping that'll help. Okay, so I got a little base going down there, and I'm going to Alright, so like I said, I just want some bigger pieces of onion. So I'm going to half it and then quarter it. That in there. Do the same thing to this one. And then I'm going to do the same thing to my yellow onion, or my red onion. I'm going to slice it in bigger slices. Then I'm going to quarter those slices and put them in here. I'll be right back. Okay, so that's how we're looking, and that's how much room we have left. So I've got some peppers here. I'll cut them up, and then however much of them fit to do my peppers, I push in the stem. Just push in the stem and push in the stem. Then gently pry it apart. You can pick off the membrane. And it's ready to be cut. Do another one. You pry it open. Well, that didn't pry open very well, but that's all right. You pry it open and you pull out the stem, and all the seeds stay with the stem. Let's try this one, see how this one works. That's a better one. So you pry it open, again, very slowly. Then you throw the stem away. And then you might have a little something like this that you pull out. But overall, very minimal seeds. So I'm going to wash these and cut them up. Okay, now we're going to get these cut up. I like bigger chunks, like whenever it comes to pickled veg. So I'm just going to kind of make these really long strips first. And then, of course, it'll take up more room, but that's all right. And there. So I'm going to do I'll do an orange. Try to do a little bit of each color. So that way I'll have a little of each color in there. So there's orange. Let's do yellow. By the way, I have one of those disposable cutting boards right here. And then some red. I've never really looked it up. I'm sure Google would happily tell me. But I don't really know what makes peppers green or red or yellow. I don't really know the difference in how they are like they are. To me, I can taste the difference between them. I like them all. You know, I like the red ones and I like the orange ones and I like the yellow ones. But I just don't really know what makes them, you know, the way they are. If they're grown that way or if they're picked at different times. I have no idea. Like I said, I know I can Google it, but I like just talking out loud. Because half the time, one of you all smart people will mention will tell me the answer down in the comments. Ha! Then I don't have to Google it. All right, so that's ready. I'm going to cut these couple ones up and set them aside, and I'll be right back. Okay, since you didn't see me add the seasonings, I'm going to go on. I've got another batch, and because I've got all the extra stuff, so I'm going to go on and make it again. Except this time, now that I kind of have an idea as to how much liquid, I'm going to go on and do the liquid into here first. So we're going to start with that. So give me just a second. I want to make sure I have more white vinegar. Okay, you saw me add the liquid a while ago, but we're going to do it again. So this is the big guns of the apple cider vinegar. I'm going to put in 1.5 cups. Next, I have just some plain white vinegar. And also with this, I'm going to do 1.5 cups. Now the other vinegars, we're going to do 1/2 cup of balsamic vinegar. We're going to do 1/2 cup of rice vinegar. One-half cup of white wine vinegar. Perfect. And 1/2 cup of red wine vinegar. So now I'll pour this in here. You know, before I didn't know the amounts that big thing was going to hold, so that's where we're going to start. And from there, we're going to add we're going to add 2.5 cups. I think that's how much water I did with the other. And we're just going to let that be the amount for now. We can add more later. Of my pickle fresh or pickle crisp right here, I did 1/8 teaspoon. This is 1/4, so no, I did 1/4 teaspoon. I'm sorry. I did 1/4 teaspoon of my pickle crisp. It's like a preservative, and it's supposed to help your stuff stay fresh longer. I did 2 teaspoons of ground mustard because I do not have mustard seed. So I did 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of ground mustard. I did 1 teaspoon of celery seed. It's supposed to do a half teaspoon of peppercorn, but I don't have any peppercorns, but I have black pepper. So I just did a little sprinkle, like literally just that little sprinkle in the other one. So I'm using that as my peppercorn. A half teaspoon of turmeric. I really like turmeric, so I used the whole teaspoon. So a whole teaspoon for me of turmeric. 1/8 of a teaspoon of cloves. Well, I don't have cloves, I have the ground cloves. So I'm going to do like about 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cloves. Next up is 3 tablespoons of kosher salt. Now, a while ago with the allulose, I did not have enough room. So with the allulose and monk fruit sweetener, so I'm just going to dump what I have. Oh, shoot, that little packet's in there. So I'm just going to dump all of that in there and all this in there. It's not going to be it's probably going to be about a little over a cup. But as it goes, if I want it just a little sweeter as I eat it, I can always put in like a squirt of stevia or a squirt of monk fruit, whatever it is I feel like it needs. So that is the base of the liquid and the seasonings that are in the other one. I wanted you to see that, so that way it was clear on what I did. Now I'm going to go up and cut up some vegetables and put it in this one. And I'll meet you after I have all the vegetables in here. You can already see the color of it. See how that's kind of dark and it's kind of a yellowy color from the turmeric. So that is the color. And like I said, I'll cut up the veg and I'll show you that. Really quick, something I want to make clear is in the future, I will not be making 2 of these. I just did it because I messed up the recording. And I really wanted you all to see all of the ingredients that I put in. I really felt like that was important. So, I'm just making this second batch. So that way, they'll get eaten. It's not like it's not going to get eaten. And so, yeah, I just wanted to let you know that. I wanted to make that perfectly clear. It's not because I feel like I need more. It's because I didn't do the first I forgot to hit record. So yeah, so I just wanted to update you on that and let you know why I'm doing 2 containers of it. Not because I think I'm going to eat it all, but I just wanted to make sure you got to see the start to end process. So now I'll finish cutting up my veg and I'll be back. And there it is. It has a little less pepper in it, of the peppers, because I only had like 1/3 of those that left. So now it's all mixing it all together a little bit. Now, these need to sit, like I said a while ago, they need to sit because you want them to absorb all those flavors and, let all the powders evaporate. But we're going to taste it. Yup. I would add a little more sweetener or something. Might do that later. But now, so there you go. I'm going to have 2 containers with pickled veg. Hot diggity. All right. Well, that's how I'm doing them. And like I said, you'll be seeing these on my salads. Okay, bye.